Hello, and welcome to one of probably the last things that happens in your Wednesday. Actually, I guess I don't know. You could be anywhere in the world, and you could be watching this at any time. I know nothing. Never mind. Welcome to Good Ass Feed. We have a classic hot sauce that I've never had, and a classic beer that I've had a lot. So let's dive in. The classic hot sauce I've never had is Trappy's Red Devil. I'm unclear if this is like just their regular cayenne pepper sauce. I don't know that much about the Trappy's product line. I don't know if this is like a kicked up version of like some Trappy's regular ass hot sauce that exists somewhere, or if this is Trappy's regular ass hot sauce, which I think is probably the case. I've had their ghost pepper. I've had a huge amount of their pepper vinegars in my life, and a fair amount of their canned black eyed peas as well. When I was in my 20s living by myself, a lot of Trappy's black eyed peas got eaten, especially when it was a jalapeno. What are you doing here, buddy? Turn's ornery last few weeks or last few days. All right, so let's dive into this hot sauce. Straight up, distilled vinegar, parentheses vinegar and water, red cayenne peppers, salt, guar gum, a xanthan gum, and ascorbic acid. Those got a little bit of what we call crap in there. It's not harmful. I'm not suggesting that it's not right for them to do it. It's just competitive hot sauce market, and so there's competitors that don't. Turd, just give me a sec here, bud. And yeah, this flow restrictor and this viscosity do present a little bit of an issue. It's just a little bit maybe too thick to be having a flow restrictor on it. It has a luxurious luster, like it's very shimmery in the light. It smells nice. It has like a deep crimson red color. It's a really pretty color too. It does have that wiggle where it just looks a little bit gelatinous to me, but it has a really nice aroma. Yeah. Okay. It's you know what it is? This is halfway between Tabasco and Slap Your Mama, I think. Because Slap Your Mama's like thicker and saltier than Tabasco. And Tabasco's a little bit brighter and tastes more fermented. This is very salty up front. Woo. Kind of like Slap Your Mama is. But then it gives way to this like, man, what's a really nice pepper taste. The fermented cayenne is really, it's similar to Tabasco in the depth of its fermentation. Like it just tastes very fermented. Huh. I don't know why they felt like they had to thicken it other than just to make it not Tabasco. But so it's pretty good. I think it's better than Slap Your Mama. It's not going to dethrone Crystal or surpass Tabasco in that unbeatable 1-2 of Southern style pepper sauce. I'm not going to do that. This could be in the top 5. It's pretty good. I wish they hadn't thickened it really, because it kind of, I find that the flavors are less immediate the more thickening products you use. It takes a second to like get at them, and they're a little more muted, like they're being held back by these binding agents. And when I taste something like Crystal or Tabasco and I taste it next to something like this, there's just so much more explosiveness in the flavor of the Crystal and the Tabasco, and I think it's because they don't thicken it with stuff. And so it just crashes into your mouth, and it's this really intense sensation, which I think is important for this style of pepper sauce to have that. That's like one of the core experiences. This has it. What this really has is that secondary fermented taste that you get is really good, like really, really good. I feel like if you just took the thickening agents out of it and maybe backed off on the salt just a tiny bit, that flavor that's under there would make it a rival to both of them. But it's not. It's almost there. It's almost there. But it is pretty good. I'm totally gonna use this bottle, and I bet that would make killer chicken wings for sure, because it would hang on to the wings a little better. Yeah, Ooh, yeah. I know what's going on with my next batch of wings now. It's going to be Trappy's Red Devil because it has that flavor. It's really good. Yeah. Um, so I have to recommend to you give it a try if you haven't. Because if you're like me, you've got like one or two Southern style pepper sauces that just rotate. You always have them, you know. For me, it's Crystal, and I always have another. Sometimes Tabasco, sometimes something else. This is gonna be that for a while, and this is one I might actually buy again when I'm looking for like a not Crystal, just something else to have. That's why this is the main reason I buy Tabasco. Also, it's a little hotter, but it's just like nothing's ever gonna change. It Crystal's my favorite hot sauce in the world. Well, I shouldn't say nothing will ever, but it seems unlikely. But I still want other things. You know, sometimes I want a pepper sauce that's just not that. Like, you have your favorite album for your favorite band, and maybe you just want to listen to another band or another album. You know, sometimes you just want to listen to something else. This is a really good one. And this, I think, would serve really well in the way that I used to eat Tabasco as a kid, which was just on saltine crackers. I would just get a sleeve of saltines and put the Tabasco on there and eat like oyster fixings with no oysters, I guess. But I liked it, and this would actually be really good for that. I might, if I get snack desperate and the groceries run dry someday, then I'll turn back to my saltine cracker and hot sauce ways. Yeah, but heat level, yeah, between Crystal and Tabasco. Crystal's super, super mild. Crystal's like a 1. Tabasco's like a 3 to 4. I'd have to taste it to think about it to be sure. It's been a while, but I think it's about 3 or 4. Probably more like a 3. And then this is probably like a 2. It's right there in the middle. It's a little warmer than Crystal, but it's definitely not as hot as Tabasco. So it's you know, it's in that good heat range where you can put quite a bit of it on your food and it's not going to get like away from you and you'll still be able to eat your meal. But yeah, I'd say pick it up, and I'd say, you know, if you're a non-chili head, this would be perfectly edible. Like, it's not so hot. It's going to be fine. It's a little bit milder than Tabasco, so you can totally put it on your food and it won't light you up too bad. It's just got such a nice fermented pepper taste that it's really worth giving it a try just to taste that, because I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah. There's not much else to say about it. It's just a pretty good Southern style pepper sauce. Maybe you just got a little carried away thickening in it because didn't need to. Not saying they're bad. It's just for what? Like, why? Who cares? I don't know. Anyway, I just have a weird thing about thickeners. I don't know. I like extreme levels of purity in my food products in terms of staying true to their ingredients. Like, if I'm gonna have a corn dog, I just want really good ballpark mustard on there because that's what it is. That's the essence of it, you know. Same with oysters. It's cocktail sauce and a cracker. Like, that's it. All these fancy new things, rose water and stuff. This is it. You know, spaghetti and really good like red sauce. Just really, really good homemade, like, reduced pungent red sauce. Forget it. That's all you need. Like, pizza, beautiful rich crust with crushed San Marzano tomatoes, a little bit of cheese, and it's baked perfectly. I don't need it exactly. It's fine. It's perfect. Southern style pepper sauce is one of those things. This is a pretty good one. And then they put a little stuff in it because they felt like they had to. But it's still good. It just don't, why? Anyway. Another one I'm probably going to have to explain myself on just in a moment. After this. So Lone Star is very much a Texas institution, self-proclaimed national beer of Texas, which, yeah, I think that's Shinerbach, if I'm being honest. If there's one beer that I think a Texas beer, like if I had to reduce all of Texas, it's not fair, but if you had to reduce all of Texas beer down to one beer, I think it's Shinerbach, which is funny too, because it's it doesn't actually taste like most Texas beer, but that's like the quintessential Texas beer to me. Lone Star wishes it was, but it's not good enough to be. But they did undergo a rebrand a few years ago, and it's great. They got a great looking can now, and so I can't help but enjoy the branding. And I enjoyed this as like a yard beer, as Steve Brown terminology, but I'm going to keep using it because it's good. If you're cutting the grass, like, yeah, man, this is fine. What it is just about as good as like a Coors. Not quite. It's not quite as good. It's cheaper, and it's local, and it's Texas, and that's enough for me sometimes. Like, and actually, the reason why I have this is because I was getting a 24-pack for a family adventure to clean out our carport and fill a dumpster with stuff, and and I forget what I actually asked for a 24 pack of. Something inoffensive so as not to put off my mother-in-law and other folks, like Coors or something. And this is what they had. So this is what I got. And it turns out, man, it's pretty good. I mean, it's fine, you know, like it's not something I would have gone and bought to talk to you about, but I figure if it's in the fridge, it might as well get discussed. It's a lager. It's fine. It has a little bit of a sweetness to it that not all lagers have. I think Coors does. Like Miller Lite kind of doesn't. Bud Light kind of does. There's like a little hint of sweetness that comes. This is a little more like Budweiser to me, is what it tastes the most like, but it's not quite as like thick and foamy. It's a little more soda-like than Budweiser, but it also has a little more. The thing about Lone Star is that it has a little bit of a malt liquor aftertaste to it, and that's a bummer because nobody really likes the taste of malt liquor so much. I like the initial taste of malt liquor, but that aftertaste of malt liquor is why we had wine coolers, you know, because people that wanted light beer, but they didn't want that. So they had the malt liquor putting Kool-Aid in it. Then you got a wine cooler, sort of, I mean, or what do you even call it? Like Bartles and James and stuff. Or I think there's wine versions of that, but I'm thinking like a Mike's Hard of the world, or Smirnoff Ice was one of the first ones I remember, or Zima. If you go back far enough, although I do like Zima a lot. It's like malt liquor with just a packet of Kool-Aid dumped in it. This is that with like a packet of beer flavoring dumped in it. It's a beer. It's fine. Like, and if you're insistent upon buying Texan, I mean, this is a way that you can. And I am a lot of the time. I think it's not don't mistake I buy Texan for Texan centricity. It's really more that I think you should buy the products around you. So if you're Wisconsin, or if you're Maine or something, then you should buy Maine stuff or buy Wisconsin stuff because you're there. You know, you should taste the flavors of your region and get to know like your neighboring businesses and stuff. And so, you know, Texas, you know, it's pretty awesome because it's so big, and so we have a vast selection. So you can constantly keep exploring brands from Texas and just never run out because there's so many of them. And this is one that is easy to overlook. But man, if you're like at Fiesta and there's the dude selling the beers out the back of his truck that are warm in the middle of the night, and this is going to be one of the last ones he's got left if he even bought it to begin with. And the diviest of the dive bars are going to have it on tap, or the touristiest of the tourist bars on the Riverwalk. Some of them will have this too. And I kind of chuckle when like you'll see somebody on the river, a tourist will order a Lone Star. And I'm like, you're going to be disappointed. Like, I feel for him because I'm like, I wish you would get a Shiner. Because if you're not from here, this probably looks like the Texasiest beer, you know, and maybe it is, but I feel like I could maybe have a second life if I get to retire early or something through wealth. Then I can just go to the Riverwalk and I'll just spend Fridays and Saturday nights there, and I'll go and swoop in and just stop people that are about to order a Lone Star and get them a Shiner, and just wait and just get them a Shiner Bock and be like, this is Texas too. Like, it doesn't scream it, but it actually really super is, and Texans will recognize it and respect you more than seeing you drinking this. But if you're at like a dance hall, like Green Hall or something though, oh yeah, this is perfect. It's perfect. It's dance hall beer is what it is. It's perfect for a cheap dance hall. Or there's a Mechanical Bull nearby. This is for that. Cowboys Dance Hall in San Antonio is like one of those ridiculous, like the IKEA of dance halls. This is for that. Midnight Rodeo, this is for that. Turd Cats, start talking about country bars and Turd Cats out. He's pulling at the door to get out of here. But that's what this is for. But the Riverwalk, you don't got to impress anybody, tourist. Go get a Shiner Bock instead. And actually, you'll probably impress more people along the way. All right, I'm almost done. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for your partnership in this YouTube endeavor that we have. Click subscribe if you haven't already. I shouldn't have thanked you for your partnership if I don't have it yet, should I? Yeah, click subscribe. I would do spicy stuff, drink some beers, talk about different things. Friday, Actually, it's going to be pretty exciting because Friday is the 300th video on this channel. I know the last 100, coronavirus has made this year go by quick. But yeah, video number 300 will post on Friday. And I'm not 100% exactly what we're going to do, but it'll be a little something different. I want to do a little something above and beyond just for the sake of celebrating it, because that's a lot. It feels like a lot. It feels like I've been doing this a long time. And I have. And it's been super cool. And that's why I'm never going to stop ever. So click subscribe. And oh yeah, click the bell and be notified every time there's a new video, which I will never stop making, ever. Even from the grave, I will continue. And click like if you enjoyed this exploration of some seriously regular-ass people products. Just some regular Cajun pepper sauce and some regular Texas cheap beer. And yeah, I had a good time. I liked it. And now I kind of feel like having some like fried stuff. This kind of makes me want a fried dinner with like mashed potatoes and greens and stuff. Yeah, maybe it's time to go make that occur. I think it is. Anyway, yeah, I hope you have a great Wednesday night ahead, and I will see you Friday for the 300th video here on GoodAssFeed /Chunn TV /Chili Chunn / thanks for putting up with all the rebranding. I hope you have a great night. I'll see you Friday.